I don't have any injuries for you at this time, but the guys are trickling in now, so we'll get that to you later. As far as the game goes, obviously disappointed that we didn't come out on the right end of it. I thought the guys battled hard and aggressive. I thought in particular defense played very well offensively. We got to clean up some things there in the pass and the run game, and we'll work on that. And then special teams, I thought for the most part did a good job. Bucker would like to have the one back, but he came right back and had a nice kick there. So, um, but we obviously have to improve, and that's our focus. We've got to detail our work. It's my responsibility. I take responsibility for that and for this game with the aggressiveness as far as the fourth downs go. I felt going into this game because they stay aggressive on fourth down that you've got to match that to some extent within reason. So um, and a couple of those didn't work out, and I've, I've got full confidence we'll get that cleaned up too as far as the execution of it. So, anyways, with that, time's yours.
We'll go ahead and kick it off with Pete Sweeney.
And said, I'll have two questions if that's okay. First, just to follow up on the fourth down, you kind of mentioned it was circumstantial for this game, but your tries are up, with the first two games. I was wondering if there was anything with Mike Frazier where maybe you have changed to more of an aggressive book, or again, just a small sample size circumstantial.
Yeah, we've always been one of the top teams in the league to go for it on fourth down. So I've done that for years. So anyways, I'd tell you no.
Okay. And then the other one is just considering 0-2, sometimes, obviously it can get away from you a little bit with other teams that we've seen. I guess just how do you make sure that the room stays together as you approach week 3?
Yeah, I trust this group. I mean, this group's a good group, got good leadership, and they'll stay together. And they'll work hard on cleaning things up. There's nobody more aware of it than the guys. So, and we'll make sure we get back to the drawing board. Like I said, this game here was more on the offensive side, and we've got to take care of that.
We'll go next to Nate Taylor.
Hey Andy, I wanted to ask you about Josh Simmons in two questions. Just what did you see from game 1 to game 2 that you thought was positive? And the other one is we noticed he came off the field for a couple snaps in the second quarter. Just wondering if you could explain what was going on in that moment.
Yeah, he came off. He was dehydrated a little bit, kind of. So they got him fixed up there with some liquids, and
You had said in your press conference yesterday that you called some plays that were available, but maybe didn't get done the way you wanted to. Going forward, is how much of that is just continuing to focus on execution versus how much of changing some of the things that you do or the way you're going about them to put guys in those better positions?
yeah. So Matt, there were things on there that I could have called. I was doing that in comparison too. So there were some things that we could have executed better. There's some things that I could have put our players in a better position on, and there's some calls that I could have used that I didn't use, and so I've got to make sure I take care of that part first, and then give the guys a better opportunity to do their job.
Let's go next to Sam McDowell.
Hey Andy, I don't know if you saw this pregame, but sure you've seen it since. Just the players wearing the shirt that said "Free for Rashid." Just wanted your reaction to that, and if you felt that was something you needed to talk to those guys about.
Yeah, I've seen it since. I didn't see it then, but I would tell you, I know these guys love Rashid, and they feel for him sitting out here, and so I think it's no more than that, Matt. I just I'm sorry, Sam. I just think that those guys, they they um, they love the kid and want him to feel part of it in their own way. Um, I really don't think it's anything more than that, Sal.
Let's go next to Todd Lebo.
Hey, Coach, when you guys are a little thin with the injuries and suspensions and things like that, the margins get a little maybe thinner on hitting those big plays. Is it even tougher at that point to both call the plays, execute the plays? I mean, how do you kind of put that part out and just focus on this is what we're trying to execute, no matter who's on the field?
Yeah, Todd, I mean, we trust everybody that comes in there. So and that's the way we approach it. There are no excuses at all for that. And now you're asking me this right after the Rasheed thing. So I get it. But that's not how we roll. I mean, it's not something that the guys trust the guys that are in. They play hard and aggressive and so on. So.
One more left. Go ahead, Todd Palmer.
Hey, Andy, going back to Josh Simmons real quick. I know you probably rewatched the game film with a pretty critical eye, but how much did that effort he put forth on the interception to run down Makuba there stand out to you when you watched that film again?
Yeah, Todd, I'd say that was pretty impressive. I mean, that for a big guy to be able to run like that, first of all, is something. You got a chance to see his athletic ability and body control and all that. You'd hate to have it in that situation for it to show up, but that part was impressive, and just his want to get there, I thought was impressive. A lot of guys would, in this league would stand around and watch as opposed to chasing, and he chased along with the other guys. They just weren't quite fast enough to get there, but he did a nice job with that.
Thank you, Coach. That's all we have. Okay, I will go ahead and